Right now, something needs to change. That's how drivers and city leaders feel after Madison records its 6th pedestrian death along East Washington Avenue.
Also, a report late this afternoon confirming what most people already assumed. A body found in Wyoming is Gabby Petito. So where is her boyfriend?
Plus, empty shoes on the Capitol steps today will tell you who put them there and what they want you to think about when you see them. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. A map paints a grim picture along East Washington Avenue in Madison this year. Each pin on this map representing a place where someone who was walking or biking was hit and killed. All of these deaths have come in the last 5 months. Last night, we added a 6th person to that list. Our Brad Hamilton live from where the latest crash happened. He spoke with drivers and a city alder who is frustrated to see this keep happening. Brad.
Well, Eric, we are at the corner of East Washington, Lean Street, and this is where this happened last night. Now, we know that a man was hit and killed. The driver stayed on the scene, and medics took the man to the hospital, but unfortunately, he did not survive. Now, the details of the crash are limited, but we know now that this is the 6th confirmed death to happen on East Washington Ave this year. We got a chance to speak with District 6 Alder Brian Benford, who called that stat a huge problem, and it's one he's hoping gets fixed immediately.
Myself and some of the neighbors call it East Washington International Speedway. It's just every day, throughout the day, there's reckless and unsafe behavior.
Well, we did just receive a statement moments ago from Mayor Rhodes Conway. The mayor says the city's efforts are working, sometimes cutting speeders by up to 30 to 90%, but more work remains. Now, we're going to have the full statement later on channel3000.com. You'll be able to read the full statement from Mayor Rhodes Conway. But for now, reporting live in Madison, Brad Hamilton, News 3 Now.
All right, Brad, thank you. And this just in, an 11-year-old boy is in the hospital tonight after he was hit by a car in Lodi. Lodi police say it happened at the intersection of State Highway 60 and Water Street. Officials say the boy was running on the sidewalk when a driver was negotiating a corner and hit the boy. He was taken to UW Hospital with minor injuries. Officers are reminding drivers to slow down, especially near schools.
The storms that passed through last night really cooled things off in southern Wisconsin. Let's get a look at your certified most accurate forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
You know, Susan, that just kind of brings our temperatures back to around normal or just a little bit below, and that's because we've had a couple of unusually warm days. But you can see the clouds now starting to move to the east as well. That means that we'll see more clearing, and that should allow temperatures to cool off even more at night. Doppler track shows a couple of sprinkles in far southeastern Wisconsin. Otherwise, the showers are to our south and east and will be dry for tomorrow. Current temperatures are in the mid to upper 60s. A few places, like out near Boscobel, right around the 70-degree mark. Near Lake Michigan, temperatures are even a couple of degrees cooler. But notice the dew points. They've really dropped off into the middle 40s through much of southern Wisconsin. That means we'll see a cooler night tonight. I'm looking for a low temperature of about 48 as skies clear out overnight. Tomorrow we'll see partly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and cool with a high temperature of 64. We'll be in the mid-60s again for Thursday, but little in the way of rain chances all the way through next week. I'll have more on that in just a few minutes.
All right, Gary, thank you. A developing story out of Wyoming where an autopsy confirms that the body that was found in Grand Tetons National Park is 22-year-old Gabby Petito. The coroner says her manner of death is homicide, but did not disclose a cause of death, as final autopsy results are still pending. She disappeared on a trip exploring national parks with her fiance, Brian Laundrie. He has not been seen since last week and is wanted for questioning in Petito's death. Right now, authorities are continuing to search for Laundrie. They are using dogs and all-terrain vehicles to canvass a Florida nature preserve. This as a 911 call made on August 12th details an altercation between the two.
We drove by and the gentleman was slapping the girl.
He was slapping her?
Yes, and then we stopped. They ran up and down the sidewalk. He proceeded to hit her, hopped in the car, and they drove off.
No charges were filed, and the next day, the couple continued their trip to Wyoming. Yesterday, evidence was seized from the Laundrie family home in Florida.
A woman accused of killing her grandmother and setting the house on fire has pleaded not guilty. 36-year-old Elizabeth Durkee is charged with 4 counts, including first-degree intentional homicide and strangulation and suffocation. She entered not guilty pleas to all 4 counts today in Jefferson County Court. Durkee was arrested back in June. According to a criminal complaint, Durkee told investigators that she told her grandmother she would help her end her life After she did, she said she planned on setting the house on fire and having her and her 2-year-old daughter die in the fire. Durkee said she changed her mind and couldn't let her or her daughter die in the fire. She's being held in Jefferson County Jail on a $1 million cash bond. She's expected back in court next month.
A mobile home is considered a total loss after a fire in Reedsburg. Firefighters say it happened just after 5 in the morning at 325 South Grove Street. When firefighters arrived, they saw a front bedroom on fire. The fire was put out quickly, but the home is considered a total loss. The homeowner was able to escape and was not hurt, but a cat unfortunately did die in the fire. Officials believe it was started by a candle that caught a curtain on fire.
Watertown Regional Medical Center temporarily shutting down its urgent care unit to help alleviate the strain on its emergency room. The hospital says it's reallocating resources from the urgent care center to help treat emergency room patients in a more timely manner. Now, that change prompted by, quote, significant and sustained rise in emergency room visits from COVID and non-COVID related patients.
A COVID vaccine for children as young as 5 could be weeks away, and a shot for even younger children could come soon after that.
We have studies now ongoing in 2 to 4-year-old children, as well as 6 months to 2-year-old children.
But in parts of the country, vaccination rates for eligible kids remain low. Just 42% of U.S. children ages 12 to 15 are fully vaccinated, and more than 2,000 schools in 39 states have stopped in-person instruction due to outbreaks.
Johnson & Johnson said today a 2-dose version of its coronavirus vaccine is 94% effective in protecting against symptomatic infection. The company added that based on its ongoing phase 2 trial, 2 doses offers 100% protection against severe or critical disease in the U.S. The company's shot so far has been administered to almost 15 million Americans as a single dose. A separate study showed Johnson & Johnson's booster, given 6 months or longer after the initial dose, provides stronger immunity for people who only got 1 shot. Not much change in vaccinations throughout the state of Wisconsin. We are still at 53% of residents who have completed the vaccine series. In Dane County, 70.5% of residents are now fully vaccinated. Pediatricians say right now is the time to get your flu shot. Doctors recommend adults and children older than 6 months should get the shot by Halloween, regardless of what flu season is like. Doctors say this is especially important for young people who are not yet eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine. Unvaccinated people have a greater risk of being infected with both flu and coronavirus at the same time and ending up in the hospital.
A sea of white flags is covering the ground in our nation's capital today. Artist Suzanne Brennan Furstenberg's creation commemorates all Americans who have died due to COVID-19. As of 11 a.m. today, 676,286 white flags were on display. Democrats in Washington have introduced a bill to empower the Department of Health and Human Services to put eviction moratoriums in place.
The bill directs HHS to implement an eviction moratorium for the duration of this COVID-19 pandemic, plus 60 days. The bill would implement a moratorium that would be automatic. People wouldn't have to apply for this protection. It would cover all residential eviction filings and proceedings, with exceptions only to protect the health and safety of others.
The move pushes back against a recent Supreme Court ruling asserting that the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, which is part of Health and Human Services, can't impose eviction moratoriums. Under the legislation, HHS and the CDC would have permanent authority to impose eviction moratoriums in a public health crisis.
Hundreds of pairs of shoes covered one side of the state capitol steps this morning. It's an annual reminder of the all-too-real mental and emotional struggles that people deal with in Wisconsin and beyond. There were more than 900 pairs that the Center for Suicide Awareness placed, each pair symbolizing each person in Wisconsin who died by suicide last year alone. The Centers for Disease Control says suspected suicide attempts in girls 12 to 17 have increased 51% during the pandemic, and the Center for Suicide Awareness is offering some tips on how you can help.
Let's be nicer, kinder, reach out to people more. If it's a text, if it's a message, if it's a FaceTime to say, how are you doing? Haven't heard from you for a while. Maybe it's not getting together, right? But it's checking in with each other. That's what we can do.
If you or someone you know is struggling with depression, anxiety, relationships, stress, or suicidal thoughts, please text HOPE-LINE to 741-741 for immediate help.
It has been over a year since 2 statues were destroyed by protesters on state capitol grounds, and now they are being reinstalled. Protesters in June broke off a leg and tore the head off a statue of abolitionist Hans Christian Heg. They also dented and broke a finger off the Forward statue. Workers from the State Department of Administration reinstalled both statues this morning. They used a boom crane to lower Heg back onto his pedestal on the Capitol's east side. A company out of Michigan fixed the statues and said they had to get creative while repairing them.
I'm a retired fire captain, and I borrowed a homatro tool from a fire station, and that's a hydraulic tool you normally use to cut people out of automobile accidents with. And they said probably it's the only time that you use the jaws of life in art preservation in history.
The state received $60,000 in federal grants to help cover the $82,000 restoration effort.
State lawmakers are trying to make it more difficult for catalytic converters to be sold. Today, the Assembly Committee on Consumer Protection held a public hearing on a bill that would regulate scrap dealer purchases of catalytic converters. They are hot targets for some thieves because they contain rare metals like palladium and rhodium. This year alone, more than 300 catalytic converters have been stolen throughout Madison.
Employers in the area are continuing to look for employees. Over 80 businesses from the area gathered today for the South Central Wisconsin Job Fair. The 5-hour event at the Madison Marriott West hosted employers from Epic, Eat Street, Badger Bus, and Smart Toyota, among others.
This is a job seeker market, so they're certainly in the driver's seat. We have representatives here from companies that are offering signing bonuses or flexible hours, or work from home or work from the office, depending on what someone's looking for. It's definitely a job seeker market, and I think that's the real advantage to anyone that may be looking for a new career right now.
For a full list of employers who were at the job fair and who are still looking for employees, we have it on our website, channel3000.com.
Packers running back Aaron Jones says he lost his necklace with his dad's ashes in it in the end zone last night, but has since found it. Jones tweeted a picture of the part of the necklace that was found. He said the Packers trainer Brian Engel found it, and he is forever grateful. Jones had an historic night at Lambeau Field last night. 4 touchdowns in Green Bay's 35-17 win over the Detroit Lions. Jones, the first player to record 4 touchdowns on Monday Night Football since the Rams' Marshall Faulk did it way back in 2000. Haitian crowds are continuing to gather at the U.S.-Mexico border. This as the Secretary of Homeland Security faced questions by lawmakers about that situation. More on that story ahead at 5.
Fall means it's time to visit the apple orchards, why the crop is struggling in certain parts of the Badger State. That story is coming up tonight at 6.
And a check of the markets in Tuesday trading. The Dow falls another 51 points. The NASDAQ adds 32.5. The S&P closes down 3.5. And we'll be right back.
Canton Optical is always here for you with our safe telehealth technology. You can just walk in for an eye exam whenever you need one. And your eye exam is free when you buy 2 pair of glasses for as low as $59.95. Find your nearest store at StantonOptical.com or call 1-800-STANTON.
Menards has everything you need for your next paint and staining project. Add a fresh coat of exterior paint. Paramount is a premium paint and primer in one that provides the most advanced protection in one coat. Or check out the beautiful Pittsburgh Paramount stains that will protect your deck, siding, and porch from sun and moisture damage. Right now, save 11% on all Pittsburgh paints and stains at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Family is just very important.
She's my sister, and we depend on each other a lot.
She's the rock of the family. She's the person who holds everything together.
It's a battle, you know, I'm gonna be there.
KEYTRUDA and chemotherapy, been treating my cancer with 2 different types of medicine.
In a clinical trial, KEYTRUDA and chemotherapy was proven to help people live longer than chemotherapy alone. KEYTRUDA is used to treat more patients with advanced lung cancer than any other immunotherapy. KEYTRUDA may be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment. If you have advanced non-squamous, non-small cell lung cancer and you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene, KEYTRUDA helps your immune system fight cancer, but can also cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body. This can happen during or after treatment. and may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain or tenderness, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst, or urine, confusion or memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching, or flushing. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant, had or plan to have a stem cell transplant, or have had radiation to your chest area or a nervous system condition.
It feels good to be here for them.
Living longer is possible. It's true. KEYTRUDA from Merck. Ask your doctor about KEYTRUDA.
6 months of AccuView Oasis contacts plus an eye exam. Only $125. Lowest price ever. Plus free trial lenses in store. Get the deal at Stanton Optical. Unbeatable prices without the drama.
A sixth pedestrian death on East Washington last night. What authorities plan to do to keep pedestrians safe.
Plus, catalytic converter thefts are getting out of hand. Lawmakers have had enough. What they're proposing to stop the thefts. That's tonight at 6.
Join News 3 now for this year's Komen South Central Wisconsin virtual More Than Pink Walk. Visit Komen.org to register and raise funds, then walk where you are. And bring us closer to a world without breast cancer.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
For the first time, President Biden delivered his address to the United Nations General Assembly today. President Biden addressed a cascade of crises and declared America is back to help fix them, starting with the pandemic. That has taken the lives of 4.5 million people worldwide. In his 35-minute speech, the president also promised to work with Congress to double U.S. aid to poor countries to help tackle climate change.
Scientists and experts are telling us that we're fast approaching a point of no return in a literal sense.
The president also addressed tensions with China, but did not discuss the chaotic exit of U.S. troops from Afghanistan.
Outrage growing over footage that shows U.S. agents rounding up Haitian migrants at the southern border, calling this footage, quote, extremely troubling. The Secretary of Homeland Security is promising a swift investigation into video of Border Patrol agents on horseback aggressively dispersing Haitian migrants. The administration has surged personnel to the southern border where thousands of migrants, mostly from Haiti, have overwhelmed officials on the ground. One day after his visit to Del Rio, DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas faced tough questions from a Senate committee.
You don't think you've played any role, and your policies have played any role in fostering and fomenting this crisis?
Senator, what we are learning from our interviews with individuals is they are receiving false information and misinformation from the smuggling organizations.
Many of the migrants came to the border after first leaving Haiti for parts of South or Central America. The Biden administration, using a pandemic-era health rule, is expelling most of them, ramping up deportation flights in what could be one of the largest mass expulsion of migrants from the U.S. in decades. Well, last night, Wisconsin saw its 31st tornado of the year. That's according to the National Weather Service. Here is the image of the damage from Trempealeau County. Emergency management as an EF1 tornado tore through a farm there in Strum, Trempealeau County in western Wisconsin, just south of Eau Claire. And we saw some severe weather around here last night, including some tornado warnings. Let's get a look at your certified most accurate weather. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti joining us. Gary.
Eric, so far we haven't had any official reports of tornado touchdowns in our viewing area, but there were some reports of damage. The most concentrated area of damage was through the west central portion of the state and parts of southeastern Minnesota. The tornado reports up around Strum over toward Osseo, that area. Also, Independence had some strong winds, 70-mile-per-hour winds with a line of storms that had a tornado on the northern end of it. But the storms that rolled through Dane County, the northern part of Dane County, there's a report of a large pole barn knocked down around a little after 10 o'clock at night, some wind damage there. But now all the showers are off to our south and east, just a few sprinkles over far southeastern Wisconsin. But the air is really starting to dry out, and that should keep our weather mainly dry for about the next week and a half. Three things you need to know in the forecast. Cool weather will continue for tomorrow and Thursday with high temperatures in in the middle 60s. Probably make the upper 60s on Friday and then drop back into the middle 60s on Saturday. Mild weather will arrive early next week. High temperatures should be back in the 70s for Sunday and Monday. Be close to 70 on Tuesday and probably around 70 degrees right after that. But dry weather is expected. Not much rain. Maybe a slight chance for a shower east of Madison on Thursday, and maybe a chance for a shower Friday afternoon, Friday evening on a weak cold front. Not everybody will see them. And then after that, we're looking at pretty much a dry forecast. And take a look at the computer model forecast. This is for the next 10 days through noon Friday of next week, calling for maybe about a quarter to a half inch of rain near Lake Michigan. Again, that's some of that from the showers that'll be over the next couple of days near Lake Michigan. But the farther west you go, the less the amounts of rain. Even parts of Minnesota and the Dakotas not looking for any rain at all over the next 10 days. And that's an area that's really in significant drought conditions. The tropics, though, continue to remain active. Peter has become a tropical depression. The remnants of Odette here could form into something and then start working back southeastward. There's a tropical storm Rose, which is here, and then an area of possible development. This could become a tropical depression over the next couple of days as it moves westward through the Atlantic Ocean. But while the tropics are cooling up, or heating up, we're cooling down. Temperatures now in the 60s for much of our part of the Midwest, a few 70s out to the west and to our northwest, but compared to 24 hours ago, our temperatures are down about 15 to 20 degrees thanks to that cold front that came through yesterday. At this time, we were looking at temperatures that were in the lower 80s. But the jet stream, notice, has dropped to the south. That's taken most of the rain with it. That northwesterly wind flow aloft now starting to bring in drier air, and it looks like it'll stay in that configuration for much of the next week to 10 days. But it's not a blast of cold air out of central Canada. So while temperatures will be at or slightly below normal, notice how dry it is out to the west. That's the drier weather that'll generally be moving in for the next few days. For tomorrow, look for skies to be partly sunny. It'll be breezy and cool. High temperature at 64 degrees. 7 to 10 day forecast. Mid-60s on Thursday. Maybe a chance for a shower east of Madison on Thursday. Friday, a chance for an afternoon or evening shower on a weak cold front. Temperatures drop off a bit for Saturday. Climb into the lower 70s early next week, and then stay right around 70, give or take a degree or two with dry weather for the rest of next week. As we check out first warn traffic, we have our usual delays on the Beltline. Not seeing anything major right now, but some delays between Stoughton Road and Park Street on the eastbound Beltline, also around Verona Road. Westbound delays from around Todd Drive to Park Street. As far as travel times are concerned, about a 22-minute trip on the eastbound Beltline from University Avenue to the interstate, 16 minutes back in the westbound direction. Heading out of Madison, Beltline to Janesville on I-3990 will take you 25 minutes. From Middleton to Sauk City on US 12 is a 16-minute commute. Downtown to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue and US 151 will take you 17 minutes. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. It's a little over 3 months until the holiday season, but you may want to start buying those gifts now, and we'll tell you why ahead at 5.
Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Guys, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction, Peak Performance for Men has a natural solution that can help you today. That's right. Stop wasting money on pills and inferior technology that hurts and just masks your ED. Fix it for good. The best part, our ED treatment is non-invasive, painless, and you can get back to your natural functionability after just a few short in-office sessions. Call us today and mention this ad, and your initial consultation is free. We are Madison's trusted specialist and only national erectile dysfunction provider. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
Home is where the heart is, and Feldco's here to make home even better. Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free, plus no interest for 1 year. That'll keep your home and your family warm, safe, and comfortable all year long. Buy one window, get one free now, and let Feldco get your home ready for fall.
Buy one, get one free, and soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Want to know how we make your glasses so fast? It's all done right here. With a lab in every store, our skilled techs handle your glasses from start to finish. You get them in as little as 30 minutes. No cut corners, just quality, affordable glasses. Only at iMart Express.
We're here at the local farmers market, where Informed Choice Insurance Agency is offering fresh, hand-picked Medicare? What do you mean when you say shop local for Medicare?
A lot of Medicare health plans have benefits that are specific to each county. So why would you call a national 1-800 number about your health insurance decisions? Your local Medicare plans have all the bells and whistles the national TV ads promise, only better.
Don't get fooled by national TV hype. When it comes to Medicare options, keep it honest. Keep it local with Informed Choice Insurance Agency, and they're free.
Join Anytime Fitness for just $1 now through October 12th. Anytime Fitness gives you 24/7 support with expert coaching on all things fitness, nutrition, and everything in between. Now through October 12th, join for just $1. Visit anytimefitness.com today.
The light at the end of the tunnel isn't shining so brightly for everyone. Families continue to fight for survival. Some jobs are gone forever. Bills pile up. But please know, you have not been forgotten. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
No more Freon for your AC. Oh no, the homeowner's called Action Man and his action team.
Call on Action Plumbing, Heating, and Electric at iwantactionnow.com.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
Welcome back. You could have a harder time finding that toy on your child's wish list this Christmas.
Anthony Pura has more on the supply issues that are delaying shipments of toys around the world.
MGA Entertainment CEO Isaac Larian has an office filled with toys. But these days, the job is far from child's play. 85% of his company's products, like LOL Surprise and Rainbow High, are made in China, and getting them to U.S. stores is getting harder.
A lot of them are sitting in factories, factory floors in Asia. A lot of them are in containers on the way here.
The global supply chain is still playing catch-up from pandemic-related disruptions, including factory shutdowns and a spike in online ordering. That's led to a shortage of shipping containers, causing prices to explode.
Last year, a 40-foot container cost $3,200. Now it's a bidding war. It's gone up to $22,000, $23,000.
Companies that win the bid face another major challenge. Dozens of ships carrying everything from computers and clothes to toys are waiting outside of Los Angeles area ports.
Containers.
Mario Cordero is executive director at the Port of Long Beach.
Only about 40% are on schedule because of the delays at the port of origin, whether it's China, whether it's Vietnam.
Once containers are unloaded, a trucker shortage is delaying shipments from getting to stores. When can we expect things to return to normal?
That's a good question. That period keeps moving up.
He believes the supply chain won't improve until next summer. Larian is now using air freighters to try and get toys to customers in time. And when it comes to holiday shopping,
my advice to parents, etc., is don't wait.
Because waiting could mean missing out on that perfect holiday toy. Anthony Pura, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And stay with us. We'll have a final check of your First Warn forecast after a short break.
More enjoyment out of your outdoor space with patio enclosures. Right now, receive 25% off sunrooms. This offer won't last long. Call today. Patio enclosures.
Important healthcare announcement. If people tell you your TV is too loud, or if listening in some environments has become difficult, we are requesting your participation in a special program called the 30-Day Challenge. Hearing Life Hearing Centers are seeking people with hearing difficulties to evaluate a new digital mini hearing aid now being released. To take part in this event, you must call. Please get a pencil and write down the number below. All people with hearing aids or hearing difficulties are wanted to take part in the 30-Day Challenge, evaluating a new high-tech device that sits discreetly behind your ear. This hearing aid is Bluetooth enabled and is rechargeable. All hearing assessments are performed at no charge for those taking part in the challenge. Participants will try these hearing aids for 30 days. Call the number below and take the Hearing Life 30-Day Challenge.
No one has ever reinvented mattress shopping until now. The grand opening of Slumberland Sleep Solutions, where we've simplified, uncomplicated, and laid things out for you. Start with a quick rest match to pick your basic mattress type.
You love memory foam.
I really do.
Then shop the information and rating system on each bed. Did you know you can get great back support with a soft feel? It's true, and easy to find. Mattress shopping, reinvented, only at Slumberland Furniture.
Here at TSR, we transform old, cracked concrete floors into beautiful, tough floors in just one day. Hi, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and here at TSR, we don't just simply coat over your old concrete. We grind it down, repair it, apply the base coat and chip, and then seal it with our own proprietary sealant that will never chip or peel. All of our coatings are covered by our exclusive lifetime warranty, so you can rest assured that your beautiful new floor will last. Our awesome team is here to answer all of your questions before and after the installation. And right now, we are offering 15% off your new floor coating until the end of the year. Visit the website or call that number below for your new floor today.
TSR, one day floor. Call 1-800-886-8411.
Get more enjoyment out of your outdoor space with patio enclosures. Right now, receive 25% off sunrooms. This offer won't last long. Call today.
And let's go back to Gary. Final check of the forecast.
Well, the biggest bank of clouds is east of Madison. You can see that in the background behind the Capitol. That's moving away. The view from the Queeby Radio Skycam at Platteville looking to the northwest shows a little more sunshine there. A few showers over far southeastern Wisconsin. Otherwise, things are pretty dry. Temperatures mid-60s here in Madison, a little cooler closer to Lake Michigan, a little warmer out toward La Crosse, but dew point temperatures are in the middle 40s. With the dry air, temperatures will be a little cooler tonight, looking for a low of about 48 in Madison. High tomorrow about 64. 65 on Thursday, maybe a shower east of Madison and a chance for a shower Friday afternoon, Friday evening. Otherwise, dry weather through next week with temperatures pretty close to normal for much of next week.
All right, we're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News.